Congratulations on Riki Rhino. What a terrific story for kids to understand what conservation is like.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And made by Indonesians as well.
Yeah, the animation is brilliant. The characters are well flushed, and I just think it's got a great message to it.
Oh, I do too. I think it's absolutely charming, but it's also really fun.
Uh, is that what drew you to the project?
Oh, very much. It was a bit of a rush job, actually, this one. The distributors decided that they needed to re-record the two main characters and only had a couple of days to do it. So I was already acquainted with them and they said, could you do it? And I said, well, I'll give it my best shot. And they, of course, asked Paul Reynolds, who plays Benny the Duck, to join in as well. And he and I were already friends, which was great
Uh,
because it meant that we already had that rapport, you know?
Voice work, though, is a bit different than theatrical work or
Yes.
movie work because you're not really bouncing off the other actors.
No, definitely not. We were both recorded on the same day, but because the timetable was so rushed and we had so little time to do it, we would literally take it in turns to go into the booth. So one of us would go in, do a whole bunch of scenes, and then come out and have a rest while the other one went in and did their stuff.
And I would think, as a voice actor, uh, overdubbing someone else's work is really tough because you've got to match the timbre and the rhythm of what was said because the animation is geared for their speech.
Absolutely. I mean, this was a real collaborative effort. So, of course, firstly, I was doing my part with the dubbing over, but then the sound engineer did such a great job as well of putting it all together in such a short time.
Do you enjoy this part of your job, doing voice work?
I really do. I absolutely love it. It's one of the few things you can do where you can literally just focus on the emotion and your voice, and you're not having to worry about where you're standing or what you're doing or what you look like or whether your eyebrows are going up and down. You can just go for it.
And you do such a great job. But do you miss theater? Do you miss live performance?
Oh, yes, but this was such a joyous experience because it was so much fun, you know?
And fun is really important in the line of work you're in because things can be so heavy and dramatic at times. But doing something like this where you're, understanding a character, and I think I'm going to ramble for a minute, but I think um, developing a character for animation is the same as developing a character for anything. You have to do a little backstory and figure things out.
Yes, in terms of character work, it's very similar. And really, when it comes to doing a voiceover like this, the only thing missing is really mannerisms, because you can imagine that you look like whatever you want to look like when you're doing voice work. I mean, that was great fun.
And working in pajamas is always good.
Oh, yes, my goodness. There's nothing like being able to rock up looking like nothing on earth.
Well, you do have a wonderfully distinctive voice, and most of the voice actors that I know, and I grew up in voice work as well.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, are singers. Do you sing?
Oh, voice like a foghorn, I'm afraid.
No, I can't believe that. I think.
Well, I like to think I'm a performer. I can perform a song, but I'm afraid I'm no Mariah Carey.
Well, no, and no one is.
That's true.
Not even Mariah Carey is Mariah.
That's a comforting thought, isn't it?
What's your next project? What are you working on next?
Well, I've just been doing some work on a lovely period film, hence my cute little bangs right here, because it's set in the 1930s.
It's very stunning, your bangs.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've just worked on a lovely little short film for a well-known fashion designer, actually. So that's going to be fun when it comes out, but that's all very hush-hush, so I can't really talk too much about it.
I noticed that as I was reading up about you, early in your career, you did a lot of uncredited things.
Hmm.
That's all part of getting into this business, I would imagine.
Yes, I think so. I mean, The advice I would give to any young actor really is get out there and just work, work, work. Do what you can. You know, somebody once told me that even if you're not being paid, if you're working as an actor, you're in about 1% of the profession or two or something really, really small.
Well, your first years in this business is building a
Mhm.
reputation and building relationships with other people.
Absolutely. And it's all about reliability.
I want you to come out to the United States. I want you to come out to Salt Lake City and visit us here for Sundance.
Oh, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that.
You have a marvelous panel. We put something together for you, believe me.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I expect nothing less.
In our final moments that we have, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching Riki Rhino?
Well, firstly, I hope that the adults who watch this with their kids are surprised by how much fun they have because, you know, most kids' films, the parents are sitting there scrolling through their phones. You know, you won't have any time to do that watching this film. I hope they have a rollicking good time. And for the children themselves, again, I hope they enjoy the film, but also I hope that they learn that it's not about what's outside, but what's inside that counts.
Jennifer, I had a rollicking good time just sitting here chatting with you. I'd love to do a longer interview with you if you have time sometime in the next few weeks. I'll visit you on social media and we'll arrange something.
Have your people call my people.
I have no people. They left me a long time ago.
Oh, well, you're doing a beautiful job solo, let me tell you.
Well, have a wonderful day. Crank up the air conditioning and enjoy this heat wave that you're having.
Thank you very much and have yourself a lovely day too.